Have you been thinking about getting into bass fishing? Let's talk about it. What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. Hey, if it's your first time here, it's absolutely free to click that subscribe button, bang that little bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Like this one. Today we're going to talk about something I really love to do, and that's go out and catch largemouth bass. Now, you could have a big powerful bass boat, but you probably already know about bass fishing. You might just have a pickup truck or a car, a backpack, and some fishing poles, and walk the banks. Creeks, rivers, all that, plenty accessible. These days for me, I like to get in this kayak. I'm a big boy with a bad back and bad knees, so it's hard to walk them banks. But a nice quality fishing kayak like this puts me on the water and lets me get out there where I can catch them. So let's talk about it. This season I've gone with this Old Town Topwater 106, 10 foot 6 inches long, rated for up to 450 pounds. Plenty for me. I've got a loose mock backpack to keep all of my spare stuff and resupplies in with my terminal tackle, along with fishing line on the sides, extra jigs, scissors, spare stuff. But it's also something I can easily grab, load up with everything if I want to go fish in a bank or be a partner in a bass tournament. I've also got my NSR Chinook personal flotation device. And then I've got a crate that I carry my stuff in right behind my seat. But we'll talk about what's in that later. Then I have an old tournament bag that I keep my fishing poles in. Good for partner fishing, so it's something I can grab that with the backpack. Boom, I'm on my partner's bass boat and we're ready to rock and roll. Stay tuned for future videos for a full review of this Topwater 106. I wanted to make sure I've had plenty of time in it before I gave an honest opinion. I'll also be reviewing this Wilderness Systems kayak cart, which makes your life much easier if you're at someplace where you can't pull down to the water and you need to be able to carry it, but you don't want to drag it along the rocks. All right, let's load up and get to Lake Monroe. That's the backup security system. As you can see, this Old Town's plenty light enough for me to be able to load it by myself. Sun's coming up, let's get to the water. Water's up about 6 feet higher than it normally is. Normally, you can pull down about another 30 yards and park along that bank over there. But it's a good thing I brought that wilderness cart so we could not have to drag this kayak all over this rock and gravel down to the water. Let's get unloaded. Rod socks in a rod bag makes everything much better. Keeps your lines from getting all tangled up. Also protects the eyes of your rods. Now what I'm going to do at this point is go down and take a look at the water. Decide now what baits I think I'm going to be using based on the color of the water and the conditions. I know I've got a lot of rocky banks, but with the water being flooded, it could be a lot dirtier than what it normally is. If it's dirty, I'll be throwing those white and green chartreuse chatterbaits, those black and blue jigs with blue fleck trailers. But if it's clear, it'll be more browns and naturals. So I'll be throwing that green pumpkin color, those brown jigs, things like that. So I'm going to take a minute, I'm going to walk down the hill, I'm going to study the water, determine what I think I'm going to at least start with, and then I'm going to pack this box that I keep under my seat with a few of the baits that I think will be throwing the most. That'll give me quick access instead of having to reach back for my crate whenever I want to change baits. So let's take a walk down and see what it looks like. Alright, looking at the water, it's still really clear. It's not muddy at all. I've got rock banks over there. I've been here before, so I kind of know what I like. But I'll be throwing those more natural colors. Alright, so stick with most of the natural colors I have. I'm going to throw in a couple of these Slim Shakes for finesse. Water's so clear, I might have to be making long casts and stay away from those fish as much as I can. So I'll throw a couple of these in there. Grab a couple 6-inch lunker logs. That's what I'm going to throw on that third reel. I'm going to throw it weightless with just a worm hook. So I'll throw a couple of those in there. Some bandito bugs. I'll throw a couple of different colors in there. I've got some that are natural on the top, green pumpkin, and a tint of blue on the bottom. Gives it just enough of a flash. I'm also grabbing 3 that are a pumpkin color with a red fleck in it. Really love these bandito bugs. And for some actual finesse fishing, the little bitty drag drops. Might even Nico rig one of these later. What Nico rig is you put like a little nail in the head, and then kind of fish it like a wacky rig, where it's pinned in the middle, but that nail in the head drops it to the bottom, but it keeps the hook up off the bottom. And that's it. The soft plastics that I think I'm going to use first, I put in this box and I set it on my tray underneath my seat. My other box holds my jigs, my spinner baits, my chatterbaits, my frogs, and my whopper ploppers, and even a couple of crankbaits. Now in my life jacket, I keep a small terminal tackle kit. I've got my bigger one in my backpack if I had to come up and reload on hooks, but I've pretty much got like 5 to 10 of everything that I would normally use. But I keep this in my life jacket front pocket next to my phone. Gives me quick access to my hooks and stuff. Again, when you're kayaking, it's all about minimalization. You don't have a bass boat, so you're not hauling around every piece of bait you own. You take out with you what you think you need. If you need to come back and resupply and stretch your legs, you just come back, reload, go back out. But since I keep most of my Googan Squaw soft plastics in a money bag like this, I just carry it with me. It's actually got a seal like a Ziploc bag and a zipper. For like 10 bucks, these things are amazing. In my crate, I keep 2 important things. Bug juice, sunblock, because you know, you'll get cooked out here in a minute. I wear shorts most of the time. My legs are often beat red. You can probably see my raccoon eyes from where I was out here the other day. Even this stuff couldn't keep up with the sun that was beating down. Do you have toilet paper? Of course I have toilet paper. It's in a bag that I keep in the front of the boat with a first aid kit and a flashlight, some small leather odds and ends, just in case I need them. And then I've got some Spike It spray so that if I need to add some yellow to my natural colors to give it just a little bit of flash, this is what I like to do. They make this stuff in markers, and they make them in those little plastic bottles that you can dip them in. But man, I always break those things and that shit gets everywhere. I have this waterproof box that I keep my GoPro camera batteries in for replacements. So I've also got a portable charger in here so that if I run all my batteries dead, I can pop them in and they can be recharging while I'm using another set. And yes, I have one of these hats that's got the flapper for my neck, because if you're here in the sun for a long time, I don't want to have a roasted neck and have to go to work with that for the next day. So often when I'm out there, I'll put this on just to protect the back of my dome. All right, with all that said, let's get the boat down on the water, do some fishing. It's time. All right, let's go fishing.